Alrighty. Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's TGIM. Yo, Robin. So you got the oats over there to you, too. I just thought I'd send it over to you just to show you we got oats set up. Where are we, and what are we doing? Well, let's see. Let's take a peek at the dollar index. It was firming up on Friday. Let's see what it's doing today. Seems like everything's about the same status, a little down on some things, nothing major. Okay, so you can see it's at 105.76, kind of firm, 4 days of hinky ashky greens. You can see the fast algorithm right there. Oh, we didn't get the other one going. Let's get that going too. Let's get that screen share in. There we go. And you can see the fast algorithm. No, I'm sorry, it's a fast stochastic here. On the J4X, it's a fast stochastic. It's trading at 80.1. Oh, now it's just at basically at 80.2. And the slow is trading at 65. So there's more strength still coming around the door, as you would say, or coming around the corner. You can see here on our beta platform, you see it's still in a sell for a third week on the dollar index. And it's been in a daily buy now 4 days right there, as you can see it. And then when we drift as I say, as we drift over to the platform we are using at the moment, and we look at the dollar index right there. Oh, I have to hit activate. There we go. Right there. And you'll see it on the screen in a second. There it is. See, it's doing the same thing. It's trying to lift up. They not gapped it down, but just a little weakness down there. Made a new low. Took out Friday's low, and now we are climbing back up, trying to get into the plus. You can see the 4 days in a buy. You see the 3 weeks in a sell right there. So it's all matching up very fine. Very fuzzy display. Don't have much control over that. It looks clear here, so let's hope it. Notice it warms up after a while. I see the beta look a little fuzzy here. Not the beta. I'm sorry. The J4X. I see that over here. Let's go like that. There, J4X. Is that doing it? Yeah, there you go. Which one's the J4X? Right there. See if I do it this way. No, you can't see it that way. Okay. Yeah. So I see right there. Yeah. Okay. It's delayed by about 15 seconds. Okay, or 10 seconds. So yeah, I see a little bit there, but overall. Oops, excuse me, had to sneeze there. Let's do one more of those sneezes. Okay, that felt better. All right, yeah, so I hear you. A little fuzzy. Unfortunately, it seems to warm up or something. I don't know. I noticed that after a while it gets clearer and so forth. And I can see it on the screen there. And like you can see here, let me just point them out. You can see the dark bluish line, the fast stochastic right there that I'm putting the arrows on. You can see that, and then you can see down below it the slow stochastic underneath that. So you can see the yellow lines, and at the same time you can see the 4 green hinky ashkies. So matching up to our dots over here. So, and then you can see over here on our old platform the 4 days up underneath there, and you can see the weekly underneath the 0 line there, underneath the 0 line. So that's about as best as we can do. All right, let's jump over to, let's look at the and let me just show the beta again, just for the sake of being functional. There's the beta again. You can see that, those 4 bars right there. And then you can see the 3 weeklies now and so forth. And you can see the product trying to lift up and getting into the plus at this point. So I would imagine we're going to, I don't know, the way it's going, interest rates have started to back off. What kind of drives currency pairs in general is usually interest rates and economic statistics. But ever since now that we're in the quantitative era, the QE era, what happens is that the central banks now have more influence on a day-to-day and intraday basis compared to the old times before QE. They were more like a monthly or quarterly basis they would be involved. And now they're in a intraday or a daily basis. So they're definitely much more involved. And so there's what can you say about any of that but spend, and spend more. All right. So from there, the dollar index, if there's no other questions, we will jump to the euro. Let's see what the euro is looking like this morning. And right there, you see it's been in a little downwardly pressure for a couple days. You see it's green today right there. And you can see right there the fast algorithm. I'm sorry, fast stochastic, that is trading at 32. See that right there in the box right there? 32.026. And the fast, that's the fast. Now it's 31.78. And you can see the slow underneath it, the yellow line, is trading at 47.065. So the pressure is on the downside. And then when we go and put it up on our beta platform, slide up and see what it looks like on beta. Oh, beta. And there it is right there. This is the futures contract. And as you can see on the futures contract, it has been in a sell for going on a fourth day. That pressure is on it. Let's take a look at on the old platform there. That you can see the weekly too. It didn't get into the weekly buy on the beta platform. I think it did on the. I'm not sure. Let's take a look and see. On the let's go to that right there. You can see right there. It's in a weekly buy for 3 weeks. Okay, and so. But it's in a daily sell for 4. Now let's go back to the beta. Oh no, okay, it's in a buy also there. Okay, so there's 3 weeks in a buy also there. Okay, I was confused, and so you can see it there. You know, they're all matching up pretty well. Everything is marching in the right direction. You know, the math is picking up. Matter of fact, this morning I noticed in the beta gold, it's already underneath the weekly sell number. So I was like, ooh, there you go. There's some action kicking out in there. I think been talking for 10 minutes, so I think I'm going to do a little tea. Very good. Tea. All right. So from there, what was this? Did Dallas win? Oh, wow. Dallas beat Minnesota? Is that New York? I can't tell the color. Giants, 49-17. Ouch. Poor Giants, huh? Oh, what's that? I know there was a game in Frankfurt, Germany, too. I want to say the Colts, maybe? Was it the Colts in I think it was the Colts that were in Frankfurt, Germany. So, all right, they were showing the football results. All right, so from there, I didn't see anything with Manchester United or no Manchester City or Arsenal. All right, so you can see here the euro itself is kind of sloppy down. You know, it's doing, no doubt it's pushing down. There you go. The hinky actually just turned red again, and you know, we see it on the old platform itself. You know, it's below yesterday. It's below Friday's close, so the pressure is on it. And I guess we could say let's go to the beta and see what the bonds are doing. I think it's ZBF. Is that it? Let's see if that's it. Yeah. So it's ZBF. You can see the bonds are in a sell for 3 days right there. So the pressure's on that. It went into the weekly buy on Friday. Is that right? Yeah. Let me just make this bigger so we can see this even clearer. Yeah. So it went into the weekly buy on Friday. And I want to zoom. No. I want to get back to norm. Let's see. There it is. And so it went into the weekly buy on Friday there. Now I think, how did we do it on the old platform? Let's just double check it. I believe it's in a buy today on the weekly, or it's was Friday. Let's see. There it is. Yeah, it closed in a weekly buy there too. All right, so now that's saying that the 30-year bond is dropping in interest rate value, increasing in price. That's how way it works. It does that inverse relationship. So we're seeing the interest rates drop in the longer term, and I imagine if we threw up a page of interest rates, let me see if we can do that real quick. We might see some bumping along. I think they call it the curve. When you're looking at it, and let's see if we can find it here. Right there. Bond rates. There you go. And so U.S. Treasuries, it's kind of small, but you can see over here on the right the reds and the greens. So it's showing you like the 3-month bond is dropping in rate, so it's going down. That's good. And then you can see like that's the 2-month. Then the 3-month is going up, and the 6-month or the 4-month is going up. You can see that right there. Where's that mousey at? Maybe I should just do this mouse instead. There we go. So you can see red and green, 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 and then red and red and red, and then green, green, green. So interest rates are dropping further out, but on the short term, the market itself is a little confused when the Fed is going to actually start, not pausing, because we were already in a pause. There's talk of them raising rates one more time, a quarter percentage point, if not twice. So in other words, a quarter or a half is hiding out there somewhere. And that's what the market's looking at. And then you can see it on this bond page going out 6 months. They're anticipating the same thing. And then you go and you look at it, where's it that? The front month is looking at a interest rate of, so the green means interest rates are rising, the price of the bond is going down. Now here in the U.S., the 30-year, the interest, the rate itself, the yield, is rising a little bit. So that means the price is dropping. It means there's a little pressure on it. And then when we look at the 30-year on our work, let's go over to it again right here. You see it's in a daily sell for 3 days, and it looks like it's just underneath the close of Friday. So it's trapped in a green and a red on there. You can see, so they don't have direction, but the weekly is showing the strength, and it's still closed on Friday in a buy. As a matter of fact, it basically closed like Thursday, going on to Wednesday. So the pressure is on. It's trying to get into the buy. There's a lot of confusion on where the interest rates are going. When it comes to money managers managing big portfolios of billions and trillions of dollars of bonds, you can tell that they don't know if it's coming or going. If it's going up or going down. They're really trapped in a situation where they're not really sure what to do, and they try not to do anything that harms themselves. I've seen a money manager saying he's up 6% for the year. He's so happy. It's like I'm thinking to myself, 6%. I think the S&P 500 is up like 15% for the year. So money managers have been underperforming the market as usual, because they usually do. From what's his name, Warren Buffett, the Omaha guy, the orator of Omaha. He underperforms markets a lot of the times. Also, I'm not sure why he's so popular, but they think of him as a super genius. I see him as just a very successful money manager who can convince a lot of people that he's brilliant. That's about it. I give him credit. He trades options, so that's a good thing. And he also trades in stocks that have different taxation, so he benefits a little bit more that way. But he buys the regular stocks also, but his insurance companies are taxed a little bit differently in the States. So he's like the largest insurance company holder of different insurance companies themselves. And he's a good buyer when it's low and so forth, and he doesn't just buy junk. That's a good thing. But when it comes to actual performance, I don't see his performance any better over the last 20 or 30 or 40 years than the S&P itself. And a lot of times he underperforms the S&P. So, all right, that's the bonds. That's what moves the pairs trades, and that's where we are. So from the euro, let's slide over to the cable. See what the cable is up to this morning. Where are you? 6BF, is it? No. Yeah, it could be 6BF. I think that's it right there. There's the cable. And you can see the cable's been selling down for a few days. You can see it's in a sell there. Let's put it up over here. Right there. There's the cable. It's been pressing down for a couple of days here. It's been a sell for, this is the third day, or I'm sorry, this is the fourth day in a sell. And it's in a weekly buy. So there's pressure on it there. When we look over on the new beta platform that we're getting tuned up now, it's getting adjusted or just right, which makes me happy. See that there's the weekly has been up for a couple of days, a couple of weeks also, and the daily's been in a sell for a couple of days. And you can see this little bimp on the upside, a bimp, as Inspector Clouseau would say in Paris, a bimp. And that's the action we're seeing in the cable. Let's put it up on J4X. Let's see if that bimp is in there. Right there. And you see that? You got the down for the last few days. We've got the fast at 21.4. We've got the slow at 30 when it comes to the stochastic. So still pressure on the product. And I imagine if we turned off the hinkies, let's do that. Let's turn off the hinkies for a second. Right there. Yep, see, it's got the bimp. It's got a bimp with it. It's trying to lift also. All right. And that's the cable. And, it's been fascinating, looking at the pairs trades, watching how the yen and the Swiss have had a habit of marching a little bit different than the euro and the cable, which is, surprising in its own right. So, let's go over to the Swiss and see what they're doing this morning. And we'll put it up right there. And we'll show you right there. There's the Swiss. So it's losing value against the dollar. When it rises, it's losing value. So it's got the 4-day thing going on just as well. Now we have the weekly trying to pierce. So as we kind of want to think this time of the year going into this is what, the third week of heading into the third week of November. It's the beginning of the third week. We've done 2 full weeks now almost. Today's the 13th. So we're getting ready to start the third week of November, and that leaves 6 weeks for the end till the end of the year, which is an accounting thing. People don't realize how much accounting has an effect on the markets. Funds and central banks and a lot of major borrowers and so forth like to size their position up before the end of the year so they can have what they like to call a clean slate. Try to be just right there, in what can I call it? In the beginning of the year, January, because that's a whole new accounting year, and money managers are measured by their success and failure year over year, not counting quarter over quarter, but definitely year over year. They can have a bad quarter, but if they have a good year, no one cares. But if they have a bad quarter and a bad year, then people pay attention. Sometimes they actually put more money into a fund if a fund has a long history of success and the same people are managing it and the same policies type of thing, and they think, okay, here's a buying opportunity. There's buy low, sell high. Something people always get confused by. All right. And let's see, let's put that up on J4X too. Right there. And you see it's marching up and away. You can see the fast stochastic trading at 76.4. We see the slow down here trading at 56.5. So there's what is it, 76? That's pretty impressive. That's like a over 34% gap between the two. So there's some buying coming in there. Or in this case, I guess you could say buying American dollars and selling Swiss francs. The Swiss saltines being sold. All right. Oh, I saw, just in a fundamental way, I saw that UBS, United Bank of Switzerland, has incorporated Credit Suisse, the thing that kind of pushed the Swiss down last year. This time was getting beat up. So it's nice to see them get that completed, and that put a lot of pressure on the currency last year. We saw the currency bounce from like 89, 88, something like that, to 101, and now you can see it's much more chill, trading at 90.48. They are trying to get into a buy and so forth, but I'm not sure if we're going to see. I don't think we're going to see anything that tenacious. Such strength. But we'll see. One thing's for sure. When we go into a weekly buy, I pay attention to that. I don't try to short it. That's for sure. And same thing with the weekly sell. If it goes into a weekly sell, I do not try to buy it. I try to wait for it to turn. Our math is ahead of that buy low, sell high thing. And sell it high and hope to sell it high, short, hoping to buy it back cheaper. So our math has a good habit of being ahead of the curve there. 8.6 out of 10 times. And so that's a stat we've seen for over 40 some odd years, and going into 5 decades now. And at the same time, back tested on some products as much as 90 years, almost a century, and back tested on the scientific side itself, on scientific experiments. We've gone back as far as 37 million years, the math works. So we have a good longevity of success with the math, depending on what you're measuring, be it an expanding galaxy, the thermodynamics of it, or an isotope from a medical reaction, nuclear medical reaction type of thing, or vice to a currency or a stock or an oil contract or a gas contract or corn or soybeans or wheat or coffee or cocoa. So our math has a nice habit of working, which makes us pretty comfortable around here. Let's put it this way, it's makes life a lot easier, that's for sure. Alrighty. From there, we slide into the yen. And there's the yen. You see that? It's marching up, threatening a 45-year high as far as I can tell. What's today's high? The high is 151.85, almost 86. The high there is 151.73. And the last time we saw this product all the way up to the, let's see if I can find it. It was back during the UBS situation and the Credit Suisse situation where UBS bought them out. And there it is, I guess right there. There's the record high back in October of 22, so 13 months ago. And the high there was 151.94.6, almost 95. So we are now just 10 ticks away from a 45-year high. Isn't that something? A 45-year high. We're 9 ticks away. It's 9 ticks away. Wow. That is exciting. So from there, what do we got from there? We are going to look at the Great Experiment. That's right. We go to the Great Experiment. And most people who've been watching our webinar for, over half a decade for sure, and even longer, the Great Experiment. And that is the Turkish lira against the euro. And we call that the Great Experiment because since we've started watching it, it's gone from 1.5, almost 2, to 31 euro. Yeah, so it's gone from 2 basically euro to 31 euro. Talk about the great experiment. Watching it live, understanding, looking at government policies, looking at political decisions of the government's policies, looking at the underlying product having a P&L, in other words, a profit and loss, to be able to say, geez, that's a great government policy for the country, or, that's a challenging decision. We'll use hedge fund words, polite words like, it's been very leaky for maybe a decade now. That's right, it's leaky. And when it comes to the inflation, it's incredibly sticky. Incredibly sticky. So we use all fancy hedge fund words, very gentlemanly, very sporting, a little doily on our lap with some tea, very polite. So yes, we watched The Great Experiment. So let's go to The Great Experiment and see. And there it is right there. The euro, Turkish lira. You can see it's pushing its way up into the upper side of things, heading for that all-time high. I guess Friday it closed at an all-time high. So let's put it up on a lot of these products over here. We'll go there and put the euro, Turkish lira up on the screen there. And so, ooh, see that spike? That's odd. And let's see now. As far as we can tell, that was that? It might have made it. So it closed on Friday at 30, 53, 54. So let's say 53. And then on Tuesday, it closed at 42. So it was 11 pips over the all-time close. And then a day before that, it was 51. So yes, we can say that is an all-time close. Yeah, and that's something. Now here, when it ran up to the 31.57 area, I think that was an all-time high. Let's just go double check. Yeah, I think that was an all-time high. And so now we've gotten to the point where we are closing at all-time highs. Closing, not necessarily making a high. We didn't challenge the all-time high. The all-time high is around the 132 area, as we see on this chart right there. That's 31.9. And that one over there, can you see that? That one is 31.57. So that's trying to tell us that was an all-time high during a trading day. Some trader bought it. Some trader sold it. Somebody did something. And you can see here, they're showing the highs on the Hinky-Ashki. Let's see if we can turn off that Hinky-Ashki for a second. There we are. You can see they're saying the high is 30.63. And they're showing that the all-time close right there is 30.51.52.9. So basically we're going to give it a 50. We'll round it down. 30.51. That's the all-time high close. And let's just double check that. That was 49. That was 48. We'll round them down. That was 48 again. That one there was 40. Is that 40? Yeah, that's 40. So if we make that whole page bigger, I don't think we're going to find anything. Oh, there's some interesting ones. What's the high on that one? Yeah, that's 30.23. All right, yeah. So, we're seeing all-time high closes. So the Great Experiment does not disappoint. I think that's the best way to describe it. It does not disappoint. It keeps on showing us different actions, or let's put it this way, active actions for the currency itself. And then obviously the people in Turkey know even better. As Janos was telling us when he was in the bazaar there one day, they had stopped putting prices on things, and it just said, we'll negotiate. So they have an active market in their economy. That's really good. We're very pro-capitalism. And so they don't even put price tags on things anymore. They're willing to, trade you buttons and, I don't know, anything, coins and shoes or shirts or for whatever you want to buy. They're willing to give you, use almost any currency, be it clothing or shoes or metals or other objects. Maybe a banana or an apple for that prune or peach. If it's a vegetable, they're willing to trade anything. So that's, to me, is very positive. And that's President Aragon, former Prime Minister Aragon. He has brought capitalism to a maximum in Turkey, where people can transact almost anything for anything. You see a vehicle, probably, and you can probably trade like 2 horses and a wagon for it or something like that. Or who knows what you can trade? Maybe 3 TV sets and 10 coins of gold, or in other words, you can use anything. It's clean, clear capitalism running in euro, in the Turkish lira. So we give them, we go get them, Aragon. Bring the capitalism in. Let people trade anything and everything for anything. And if you want to use Turkish lira, you could probably use Turkish lira. People will probably use that. You hand them, maybe 50 million Turkish lira for a banana. I don't know. I have no idea how that all works. But, for a case of bananas or a case of apples, you might give 1 million lira. Who knows? At 30 a lira, and that's $1. No, I guess it would be. I can use American prices. That you would probably get 2 apples for 30 euros. So, be interesting to see what it shows. Over in Turkey. Someone have to tell me if you buy groceries or fuel for your machines. How do you negotiate it? That would be fascinating to know. Just you'll be a part of the great experiment. We'll know. All right. So from there, we slide over to what we call the number 1 brick in the world. We watch the bricks. There's the Russian brick, or they're part of the bricks, and China's part of the bricks, and South Africa is the best brick in the world. And India, I think, is a brick. Or did they quit too? I think they quit, like Mexico. They decided not to be bricks. And so that's Brazil's a brick. And, so we look at the best brick, the most liquid brick, the brick that you can trade. Because it's very hard. There's like 100 rubles to $1 or 90 rubles to $1. I don't know what it is anymore. It bounced. Last I saw it was 102 rubles to $1. Let's see. There it is right there. We're going to go to the platform. It's 92 rubles to $1 right now. Just show you that real quick. So, and the high now is like up in the 103s, I believe it is, right there. 103 was the all-time high. And so they've backed it off a little bit. And the weekly's been in a weekly sell since the all-time high. So that's pretty cool. Our math picked up on it very well. You see in here is very illiquid. So we can't really tell on a day-to-day basis because not many people want to play with the poor thing. And so, and the other brick is what they call a conversion currency. So there that is. And it's been going up against the dollar. It's locked against the dollar. So it's like the Hong Kong dollar. It follows it's locked to the American dollar, moves up and down to it. So in this case here, let's see, where is the Chinese yuan? Trading in the 7.3. That sounds like something during the Soviet years when the ruble was trading at 4. And now, it has gone to 100. So obviously, when you have central planning with central banks, which we have semi-central planning with central banks nowadays with the QE. But in this case here, central banks, the central bank in the People's Bank of China is controlled by the government, which is pretty much most central banks are, but there doesn't seem to be a free market going on. So there's only like 2.5–3% of the yuan trades a day. Very minimal We in our calculations we figured it's about the fifth largest economy in the world. We look at the European Union as the number one competitor to the U.S. It's the second largest economy in the world, and then Japan is the third, and then we figure Britain is the fourth, and then you go from there to the European Union, which is united. So, now what is that problem? There we go. Someone dinged. Cool. What else can we say about that whole thing? So there's the brick. Let's get the brick up there. Let's put the South African Rand, the number one brick in the world. Right there, there's the dollar ZAR. You see it's losing against the dollar for like the last week and a half. It's had some nice bounce down and corrections and back up again. You can see the fast stochastic trading. Where's that at? Looks like it's... I'm trying to see where they got that. 72 on the slow and 88 on the fast, so it's still pushing to its highs at the moment. And then from there, we go and we look at that same product on the old platform. And we leave the experiment. And where is it at? Right there. ZAR. And you can see that. It's just pushing up. Alrighty. And so then from there, what do we have? You see that's moving up. It's in a daily buy for 4 days. The weekly is still down. It's okay. That's giving me a little comfort level for the metals complex, because when the South African Rand is going up, normally gold is going down. So we saw this here where it was going down, and that was about 10. Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days ago. Let's go look at gold. See what gold looks like over the last 8 days, say. Right there. And right there. And there it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's been going down for the last 7 days as the South African Rand has been finding ways to go up-de daisy. Up-de daisy. Let's turn on the hinky again. Just that one down slope a little bit. And let's just go here again. There it is right there. You can see that. It's just been climbing. Went into the buy right there 4 days ago. Let's move one of the greenies over to it. Must be a greenie in here somewhere. There it is. Let's steal that greenie. There we are. And so, you can see that pressure on it. Matter of fact, we should get rid of that one and put the sell in there. Right there. There we are. So South African Rand showing us that gold has the potential still to go up. And let's go back to the gold. We still think of it as a base or a head and shoulders, one or the other. A head and shoulders would be a top, but a base would be a bottom. But I kind of want to say I think it's a base still, just solely because we're in that weekly buy. Now, if we get into a weekly sell, then I start to think of it as a head and shoulders. And that's the way I'm looking at it at the moment when it comes to gold. Now, over here, so in other words, we're in a neutral position at the moment. We're in a daily sell and a weekly buy. So ever since the 2000 area, basically we're saying, be hedged for the downside. And here we are trading at, what's that, 1939? So it's been working its way down. It's been doing that. And so but we really think that it wants to hold on. And then we go over to silver. Oh, you know what? I want to save that too. Let's give it a refresh. I know I don't use it for an hour and a half, but I always like to have a fresh one in case I need it out of nowhere. There we are. So then from there we go over to silver, and there's silver. And silver flirting with the weekly sell now. You know, just like, and let me just show you. Let me show you on the beta platform. There it is right there. And here it comes. Here it comes. As you can see right there, gold is flirting with the weekly sell. Whereas, you know, it's not when it comes to let me just answer this. So from there, what do we got? We've got silver now. Let's put silver up on the screen right there. And silver also flirting with the weekly sell. But at the same time, you can see it right here on the old platform. You know, it's going after it also at the same time. And then we go over to, well, that's it. We leave ZAR up there to represent the action in that currency. You know, we do. And you know, it's not going to change. It's not going to change, I think, in the sense of the silver is underperforming the gold. It really is. It's underperforming them and does not seem, won't accept, you know, what's really going on. They just kind of, okay, you know, the metals are doing this, South African Rand's doing that. You know, they just won't, you know, get too deep into it because, like myself, I see the South African Rand lifting. I know there's weakness. Now, if the South African Rand starts to get into a weekly sell, which it has not, let's go back to the South African Rand. Right there. I'm sorry, weekly buy. If it gets into a weekly buy, then we think, oh, and then we're going to really see problems with the metals complex. Right now, it's the end of the year. They don't look like they want to run away. You know, they look like they want to just kind of, you know, play back and forth. That seems to be the, you know, the total issue of it. But, you know, that is the market, and that is the, you know, an end of the year, which I myself even thought we had better chances. And we did. Gold did a great job. Unfortunately, silver did not. So, from there, we go over to copper. Let's see what the copper's doing today. Oh, you know what? I want to save that silver, too. Let me do that. No, wait a minute. That's the Rand. Let's go back over to there, right there. There it is. Let's save that. Silverado. Do, 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 do. And then, there it is right there, copper. Copper trying to lift up. I'm impressed. There's Friday. You know, it's giving a nice little push there. Let me just double check it. Let's put it up on the new platform. I just want to see what that looks like, because we're really starting to trust the new platform. What is that? HG. High grade copper. Where are you, copper? There it is right there. Here we go. All right. Let's scroll that down. Yeah, it's got that. That. See that there? See how it's even trying to get into the buy. Oh, you can't see that. Here, let me just do this. I was looking at the other product. There you go, right there. You can see right here, even in our new beta, even with that nice big downturn, it's trying to get into the buy as we speak. So I trust that. And the weekly, look at that in the new beta. The weekly is trying to get up in there, and we're starting to learn now that we got our math tweaked to a great extent in that. It's a good platform compared. I mean, the old platform was a great platform with an 8.6 ratio. I'm not sure what the new beta platform could be higher. It could get to like 8.8 maybe 8.8. It could be something like that. I've noticed the weeklies jump ahead by a week faster, which is really, really happy with that. I think that's a wonderful thing. So we're real happy with the performance. It's starting to, and the worst, what can you say about it? I guess, when you look at copper, you're looking at China. And we see the investment problems they're having in China. Matter of fact, Xi is coming to the United States, to San Francisco. They're cleaning up the city itself because it's a disgusting looking place, I understand. Is just I don't know. They're cleaning it up because he's going to come there. He's doing this fundraiser or something, $40,000 for a table or a person or something like that, and he's going to tell the business leaders how good an investment China is. But right now we see capital flows going the other way. Money is running away from China. So when we look at copper, we think, okay, it's still staying very firm up into the threes. It's not $5 like it was. So that's copper, and I'm going to save that. But I'll adjust that. You see, Friday's high low is all screwed up on it. We'll fix that. But one thing is for sure, is that copper is definitely trying to bounce today. Because you can see our beta looking very. Oh, let's go back to the beta again, right there. The beta is doing a very fine job. You see that. Now let's go take a look at platinum. And there's the platinum. It's trying to do the cute little bounce too. It fell into the weekly sell last week. Right there. It's just falling down on its knees, and it's amazing. It dropped from $950 down to $850 in a matter of 8 days. It's like wow. We always see this as a leader. We were perplexed, I can say, when we saw all this selling in a weekly, and we saw gold. Let's go back to gold. In that same time period of October, right there, we saw gold in the middle of October take off, from those lows of 835, something like that, and run to 2,000. And we saw the platinum refuse to join in. That was the thing that really surprised me. I was really stunned. Yeah, that's been a big surprise to me. And let's see, what else can we say? There we are. There we go. So from those metals, and what else is there? I guess we go from there to the energies. Let's check out the energies and see what they're up to this morning. So let's see, which screen do we have there? Let's put crude oil here. There's December crude trying to bounce off. You can see we went into a daily buy on Friday, still in a weekly sell for 2 full weeks now, and playing with the, still in a daily sell, it looks like this week with no problem. It's not challenging it, that's for sure. Now over there, what we do is we go to the currency over on J4X and we stick up the Canadian dollar. Let's put that Canadian dollar up there, the CAD. Dollar CAD pair right there. And you can see when this is going up, normally crude oil is going down. That's usually the way it works. So we've been seeing that's been, in a longer term view, been more accurate. And so we have to put up with that situation where let's see what's and you know let me spread that out more. That's the best thing to do, is spread it out. So you can see there, see that long trend, you know, it goes up and down, up and down, up and down, but overall the long trend has been going, you know, up. And what do we see here? The longer term trend going back into October has been going down. You know, it goes up and down, but it's going down, and we've made some good challenges there. And so from there, we look at it and we go, okay, what else can we say about them? So right there, we have that. Now let's go take a look at Brent. So we go to Brent and we'll put it up over here on, I think it's right around here somewhere. There's Brent right there. There's the December contract. You can see it climbed into a weekly buy last week, Brent, and it's in a daily buy from last week, but it's in a weekly sell. It's been in a weekly sell just like this big long climb up in the Canadian. The Brent has been going down, 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 down. You know, just been pushing down. It's been not running up. And then we go over and we look at natural gas. There's natural gas. And you can see natural gas has been pushed down, and it's been in that weekly sell for a second week now. And you know, we don't. Let's see, where is it at? And let's show you on here, and then we're going to get out of here. There it is, right there. Natural gas trying to pop up. And tomorrow we'll show you. Well, we're going to show you on this screen right here. There is the stock that we follow out of Spain, and right now it's still stuck in the 26.5, 26.75 area. So, all right, traders, we're out of here. This is Doc from North America. We will catch you tomorrow, same time, same channel. I saw no questions from last week's Friday webcast, so we'll keep on hunting them down. So, happy trails to you. Once we speak again and be again, happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. All right, ta-ta for now, traders.